What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to CRÜZR Radio, episode 14. I am your host, Wesley Hill, joined with my co-host, Mr. Hunter Harris, founder Chad Rice on the microphone this week, and our special guest, intern Chandler Fryer is in the house. Chad and I had the awesome opportunity to get to go to Reelfoot Lake and experience what duck hunting was all about. It was a crazy experience, and we're talking all things duck hunting this week. This is going to be a great episode, guys. Merry Christmas, and let's get into it. It's pretty wild, dude. We're like 14 episodes in, and it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
It's
20th of the year, man.
22's about over.
Dude, 23.
Deer season's about over.
Dude, I know. Yeah. I don't even want to get started on that.
I went out tonight.
So it is.
Good sit, but
did you see anything?
I saw some deer, yeah. I saw 5 does. They came out really far away, but I saw like 60 turkeys and probably 18 to 20 ducks on the pond. So.
Oh, man, you had a...
That was the real reason.
Oh, no, it was cool, man.
Yeah.
I had a good night.
Duck scouting.
Nothing came within like shooting distance, but you know, it was a very good night for watching.
What kind of ducks were they?
They were all wood ducks.
Ducks.
But I went out the other day. Well, that picture I showed you a minute ago, there were mallards and wood ducks on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And dude, like probably like 40 geese in the field right next to it.
Golly.
So they probably land in the pond and then get out and walk up in the field.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Dude, tomorrow morning should
Probably.
be good.
I'm gonna go hunt that field in the morning. So I've only ever been duck hunting one time, which if you follow our Instagram, you probably saw us out at Reelfoot, which me and Wesley went and
wildest experience of my life.
You hooked?
For real?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it's fun. We went with my buddy Jeff, and it was a sort of a work outing because he's like the main dude at his company, and he took out like 7 of his guys. No, there were 7 total. 5 of his guys, and he invited me and Wesley, invited me, and I was like, well, I'm bringing a camera guy. Well, 2 of his guys didn't show up, so Wesley got to shoot. So
yeah, it was pretty cool, dude. My biggest smile of my life, I'm not gonna lie. That was the wildest thing ever.
Did you hit one?
I killed one, I think. I don't know.
no, I'm sure you did, yeah.
But dude, just the whole experience by itself was insane. Which we're gonna have Jeff on the podcast and get to talk about the hunt more. But
Yeah.
I'll say this: Hawaii is my number 1 trip, just because that was a crazy experience. But Reelfoot Lake is tied right now with that.
For real?
It was fun.
It was really cool, dude.
It was really fun.
So did you have like a bougie blind? Like
It was pretty bougie.
cooking?
I mean, it was like
I've seen like
it was like a little kid fort out on the middle of the lake. You
it's
know
what
what
it felt
I'm saying?
like. Yeah.
It was just like kind of thrown together. But it's so Reelfoot Lake is like, it's crazy, man.
It's not real deep, is it?
It's not very deep. There's deep parts of it, but I'd say where we were sitting in the water, it was like 4 foot deep.
Were you in the water?
Oh yeah, we were in the middle of the lake.
Yeah.
With an elevated blind up out of the water.
Oh, okay.
But
I got some videos.
what I was gonna say was it's crazy because Reelfoot Lake used to be privately owned.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Back in early 1900s.
So 1800s up to early 1900s.
So how big is
private.
Reelfoot Lake
It's
gigantic.
over. It's huge.
Yeah.
compared to Center Hill?
So it was either back in the 1700s or
but it's probably
1800s, which that area wasn't populated at the time. But there was an earthquake that happened, and you know how that earthquake that turned the Mississippi around for 10 to 24 hours, that was the earthquake that caused it. But it also created Reelfoot Lake.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and so what's wild about the whole thing is like people have been, which sadly there was a murder that happened 2 years ago on the lake, which is very tragic. But over the course of a period of time, like there's been multiple murders on it, and they all have one thing in common, and that's ducks. Like that's been pretty much the main reason why all of this has happened.
It's crazy. So we're thinking about doing like a little docu-series on Reelfoot Lake because of
Just
the research we
story.
did and like the crazy amount of like
history of
history
it. Yeah.
and
So it's like Yellowstone on the water.
Oh, dude, and what's
dude, it's like
it's wild.
it's crazy, yeah.
And so
We might be onto something here, guys.
No, we think so.
yeah,
it's
no,
pretty cool.
it's really cool. And so just to give you some more backstory, so TWRA took over basically jurisdiction of the whole lake, and there's 300-ish
thought-
blinds.
Is the lake not in Kentucky?
No, it's in Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Tennessee.
It's close.
Okay. I didn't
It's
know.
close, but
That's how
Northwest
much I know
Tennessee,
about
yeah.
it.
Yeah, and so there's 300 blinds on it, and originally they were all owned by people. And then-
Privately owned, yeah.
Privately owned, and then they made a ruling that they were basically not allowed to pass those blinds down to their kin.
Oh.
And so that happened back in, I believe, the 80s. I got to go back and look. But
Late 70s, early 80s, something
So
like
how?
that.
Yeah,
So
something
how
like
would
that.
your
So
blind?
everyone that owned those blinds at
Would
the
have to sell them?
time, no, they transferred them into the name of the youngest
Youngest.
living relative that was alive at the time.
yeah,
Before it went into effect.
before
Yeah,
it went into effect.
because it was as soon as that person dies.
So that's how people were getting around that rule.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
soon as that person dies, it gets turned over to TWRA,
Yeah,
And then
it gets turned into a draw blind.
and then it gets turned into a draw blind.
Hmm.
So it's a public blind at that point. So we went and hunted with his name's William Riddle's Guide Service.
Great guy.
Super awesome dude, extremely funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
He's a hoot. That's the only way to put it.
In fact, he Patrick. We went with a guy named Patrick, was part of Jeff's group. That dude's really funny too. But he looked at William one day. He said, "You look like as if Chuck Norris and Jesus had a baby," and it was hilarious because that is the most accurate
Yeah.
description of the way William looks.
Yeah.
Which you guys will see him on the
Duck video we're
the
making.
duck video we're gonna put out. Yeah, but he looks.
I've
he
never
looks
heard
just
that
like
one before.
No, but that's what he looks like,
Dude,
man. He
it's-
looks like
it's-
Jesus and
It's so funny.
Chuck Norris had a baby.
But
But yeah, William was cooking for us the whole time, and just provided an awesome hunt for us.
Yeah.
And then John Shoemate was with him, doing some calling for us, and that dude is a old.
So does
school
this dude
duck
own the blind
killer.
or what? How
Yeah,
does
so-
this
So William
process-
owns the blind, so it was in his family. His parents or
yeah, dad
uncle
or
or
something.
dad or somebody had built the blind back in the day. And William was the youngest relative
So it got
in
put
the
in his
family.
name.
So it
At the
got
time.
Put in his name at the time. I think he said he was 8,
Yeah.
7
Wow.
or
I
8.
think so.
And I don't know how old he is now. I think he said
So
early
can he
50s
transfer
or
that
something.
now?
No.
No, as soon as William dies,
It's public.
it gets
It's
taken
public,
over
yeah.
by TWRA.
And that's for everybody. So right now there's only like
so
100.
is this their way of making them all draw blinds or what?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
Which is not even, it's like, William was telling us that it's kind of not, like it's kind of BS because,
yeah.
that lake was privately owned, right?
Right.
And then it was given over to the people. So like the fact that TWRA come in or,
Yeah,
they're
changing
doing this,
this.
it's like,
Yeah.
what right do they have to do that? Obviously, but I guess
Well, they do a
at the
lot
end of the day,
questionable-
at the end of the day, it's it's a public resource. Like the ducks are
Yeah.
a public resource, so
Yeah.
it's like
There's a lot of
and
controversy.
it's a state park, and there's a lot of controversy around Real Foot
Well,
Lake.
Dude,
just
it's
the draw,
wild.
The draw system right now, everybody's complaining about how it works, and
Yeah, because like if you go and draw a blind, and you don't like if there's nobody in the blind after a certain amount of time, I think it's like 8 a.m. or something, you can go and get in the blind.
well, they actually last year they did away with that. So if no one was hunting it, no one hunted it.
Really?
So what
Okay.
I've done in the past is go to blinds, and you just show up and plan on hunting it. And if they show up, the people that
You gotta leave.
have their name, they can kick you out. But if they don't show up 30 minutes after sunrise
Legal,
or something
yeah.
like that, then it's yours.
Yeah,
And they changed that where you couldn't
For
do it.
that day?
So
for the
yeah,
day.
for the day, and all these people that
Have you been out there?
not to Real Foot, but
Okay.
West Tennessee, and
Yeah.
all these people that would get a draw blind and not go, and then you got these people that want to go and they can't go in the blind because
Exactly,
somebody from East Tennessee won it in West Tennessee and didn't go,
Yeah.
so it was just wasteful.
So I think you have to be Tennessee resident license to even draw the blind.
For the quota, you have to be a sportsman's holder.
Yeah. So like, it's no out of staters can come and draw it and stuff like that, which is good.
So what you're saying is there's only a handful of
so there's
private blinds
Yeah.
still.
so there's 300 blinds ish. I think it's 300 exactly, and only around 150 are still currently privately owned. But once those people die,
Still more than I thought you would say.
right? But you got to think about it this way: it's like some of these people were literally born the same year that this went into effect.
Yeah.
So the youngest person is still over 40 now, which is wild.
So it's not going to be long.
No, we're talking about within
30 years.
20, 30 years.
Public draw blinds.
That's crazy. I mean, that's a lot of opportunity though for people that want to go. I mean,
But here's the thing: is like you can book these guides. Like we paid. I mean, it was relatively cheap, dude. Like $200 a person per day.
You won't be able to do that though unless
you won't be able to do that anymore.
Yeah,
After 20, 30 years.
After 20, 30 years.
So you're saying that
but you can
if you
book
don't own the blind, you can't run no guidance service.
Yeah, there's no outfitter. Yeah, all the outfitters are going to be obsolete at that point.
Well,
from my understanding. So
and the worst part about it is it's like, especially for William, like William's made his living off this.
Well, you would think T-Dub would come up with some sort of system where they could correlate with the private owners and maybe they get a cut of it or something where you could still
like it's a draw
keep
system.
it like
but
that.
But dude, it like, I was talking to William. I felt bad for the guy because he was such a nice guy. And I asked him, I was like, dude, let's just say, that ruling wasn't in place. You get to pass this down to your kin. Who would you pass it down to? He's like, man, I got 2 daughters and I haven't talked to them in forever. He said, not only that, but they have nothing to do with hunting. He's like, even if I wanted to pass this down to people.
Son-in-laws?
I mean, I raised my hand, but but
But you know what I mean. Did he have any son-in-laws or family period that liked to hunt?
Yeah, no. He said his oldest daughter was like just getting in or just getting out of college or something. His oldest one, but even then, he was like, even if I could pass this down to somebody, I have nobody to pass it down to.
I mean, he'll probably eventually have a grandkid
sooner or later. Yeah.
So.
But it's just wild. It's wild, man. It's crazy. But dude, the stories, like there's been multiple murders. Like one of the owners got murdered. Like there's so much crazy.
What do you mean?
There was 2 people that owned the lake.
Oh.
Yeah, William was talking about back in the day, like they used to go and like everybody used to burn down each other's blinds.
Oh yeah.
It was like, dude, it was a wild west out there on that lake.
All about ducks. All about killing ducks.
Ducks will make people go crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can see why, man. We had a freaking awesome time.
It was wild.
Have y'all seen like what goes on in Arkansas on opening days? Like races, and I've got friends that showed up to the boat ramp a week and 2 days early.
Yeah.
And camped in the parking lot.
Oh my gosh.
The guys that I'm supposed to go with next week, they always arrive the day before they plan on hunting.
You have to.
And they literally set their like they'll get in the line.
Yeah.
And they don't even put their boat in the water yet. They just get in a line.
Their vehicle.
You're just waiting.
Yep. And then they sleep in their car and they wait.
Yep.
It's the wildest thing.
Crazy.
And they have a podcast, Foul Mouth podcast. Listen to it. It's really good. Like they'll on purposely get up at 2 a.m. and then drive out to where they're supposed to go at 2 a.m. to set up
for an experience.
Yeah, most of
That's
It's an awesome experience.
No, I'm not taking anything away from it. I'm just saying.
Look, I'll say this, dude. We're gonna take you duck hunting.
Oh, I know.
And you're gonna get hooked.
I told you. I know. I love it.
It's different.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's nothing like deer hunting.
I don't know, man. I'll say this, like, because I was talking to some guys in the blind about it. It's a different experience. Like, I don't think that I get the same adrenaline rush from hunting deer as I do duck.
Really?
It's a lot more with deer than it is with duck.
Yeah.
But just duck in general is just so fun.
The anticipation the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, you could not see something for an hour.
Well,
and
just watching a duck work, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like into the decoy spread or like, somebody who's
Golly,
really
we're
good
fixing to turn into
calling.
a bunch of dang duck hunters.
It's fun.
It'll
But I mean,
No, I'm
it's
still a deer hunter.
it's super cool watching the ducks work into the decoy spread, and then like,
especially when they do it right.
Yeah,
Land
dude.
where you want them to. Whoa.
yeah, bro, when they come and light right in front of you, and just like cup, and
Feet
it's
down.
like they're cupping right in front of you, and then you shoot, and then they all just go straight up.
They
And it's
all
just-
you didn't hit one of them.
But no, we sucked it up the first
Yeah.
day. We should have killed our freaking limit.
Yeah.
We
It's-
killed 18 ducks and probably missed 100.
Yep.
Oh
Somewhere
my
around there.
goodness!
Yeah, it was nuts.
Dude,
It's
our
fun
guys
doing it,
were
though,
giving
didn't you?
us the most amount of crap.
Yeah, John was so pissed. Dude.
Oh, dude, it's so funny.
Here comes 70.
He said, if I see another barrel sticking out of this blind tomorrow, I said, he's like, I'm going home.
Yeah.
It was
Dude,
funny.
he was cracking us up. I can't remember what he said. It was I
Yeah.
can't even remember, dude. He was just
Yeah,
a
he was
hoot.
giving it to us.
Dude,
It
he
was
was-
funny though.
Oh, we showed up the second day and he like came in wearing Sitka, like super nice camo. And he's like, all of you guys look like you just got done with going to
Got
Goodwill and
shopping
getting
at
your
Goodwill.
camo.
Yeah.
He's like, who the hell are you boys? It's so
I
funny.
hate people that was sick of that do that stuff.
Right.
Make
I
you
mean, he
feel
was
Oh,
just-
but
bored.
this dude's like
Dude,
in his
if-
50s.
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
He's like hardcore, like
yeah.
smoking cigarette after
Oh,
cigarette.
dude, one after the other.
Yeah.
Dude, it's literally he would like call and then I would turn and look at him and he'd be puffing on his cigarette.
At the same time.
No, like he would wait when they flew over. He would be like he'd stop calling and then he'd smoke.
Oh
and then
my
when they would turn
goodness.
around, he would start calling
That's
again.
what I'm doing wrong. I'm not smoking
Dude, it
cigarettes.
cracked me up.
My dad had a buddy that duck hunted quite a bit, and when he went, he would take like a box of fancy cigars. Like apparently that's a
Oh,
thing.
that's a thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Dude, it was so
Because
funny.
I was looked at Dad and I was like, dude, you out there cheating
Yeah.
duck hunting, huh?
Cheech and chonging it up, huh?
I did.
But apparently that's the thing. Like you just kind
I
of
could see it.
like them fly fishermen. They say a lot of them do that too.
Yep, puff on cigars.
Duck hunting is very much so a social.
It is.
Yeah,
And
it
that's
very
what I
is.
think was so fun about it is because, I mean,
You can talk like this.
you're just hanging out in the blind
Yeah.
with your buddies, just shooting the breeze. And then next thing you know, we're like,
Get out, get out.
Yeah.
you know, group at 4:00, you know, coming
Yeah.
in.
Cut them.
Yeah.
And then we all just kind of dip down, and John starts tooting that call, man, and
Sweet talking.
it's sweet talking them, bro, and they just fly right in. And
Did y'all have a dog?
no, just
They would get in the boat and
get in the
go
boat,
grab
go out
'em.
and get them.
I'm surprised they don't have a dog. Maybe that's something about Reelfoot. That's,
See,
You know,
I
there
don't
were
know.
plenty of people that had dogs out there.
Yeah.
But this blind wasn't set up for a dog.
oh,
We just
really?
used the boat to go get the ducks and get the cripples, and
Yeah, and everybody else's blinds we could see, they were doing the same thing too.
yeah, most everybody. That's mostly the way they do it out there.
Really?
I think there's some blinds that were like in timber pockets or like in right along the shore, with
Yeah.
shallow water that
Yeah.
they were using dogs, because there were people taking dogs out.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, it was really cool, dude. I'm excited to go back.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna try to hit up William for a January hunt because
Later in the season, usually it picks up even more.
Yeah, because the colder it is and stuff. But he said he had some availability, so I'm gonna probably jump on the horn
That'd be
next
fun.
week and
Try to get it done.
get us all out there.
Dude, that'd be killer.
Yeah,
Already hooked
Dude.
bad.
it's fun, dude. I
It
mean, I
is.
had a
Yeah.
great time, dude.
It's so fun.
I'm all about a good time, and that was a good time.
You know, it cracks me up because like just every time I get into something new with hunting, of course I have to go buy everything.
But ducks are good, man. They taste good.
You ate them yet?
Yeah.
How do you
I
cook
haven't
I
had
them?
ate
Yeah.
some of it. Basically, I just put a lot of salt and pepper on both sides. The skin and the fat was on one side, obviously.
Oh, you left it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I've never even done that.
Oh, yeah. And then I put the skin fat side down
Seared
in
it.
a really hot
Yeah.
cast iron skillet.
Yep.
Seared it.
Go cast iron. Yeah, there you
Yes,
go.
sir. Cast iron. And then I seared it really dark brown. Then I flipped it over for like another 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and
not
then I
long.
put it in the oven for a little bit.
I'm surprised you even needed the oven.
Yeah. And it was still like, you know,
So I had a good
medium
little bit of
rare
red.
in the middle and just
Perfect. Yeah.
so good.
I
dude.
love
Is it
it.
greasy?
crispy skin. Like, no,
No, it's not like what people say.
no, dude, it's so good.
So if
So
you
good.
could, I mean, if you could What's its closest taste?
I don't even know. It's like between deer and dove.
Yeah.
It's like not as tender as a dove. Like you can't beat a dove.
Most people will
like,
cook deer and ruin it.
I mean, it's got there's a little bit of a gamey taste to it, but I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I like the taste of deer. I like the taste of dove. I like the taste of duck. It's all good.
Yeah. If you didn't like it, you could soak it in salt water like anything.
I mean, here's the thing, dude, is we're all accustomed to like, if you eat any kind of grocery store meat, like it's all pumped full of hormones. Like you go to the farm and get a daggum grass fed cow. It don't taste like that steak. Don't taste like a steak that comes from the grocery store.
Tastes real.
It tastes like tastes like
good.
a daggum cow. You know what I'm saying? It's good.
Yeah.
So meat that comes from the grocery store is just garbage in my opinion. But
a lot of extra stuff that doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Dude, but
chocking it full of estrogen and making all us men grow tits and
don't even get me started on that, dude. But it just cracks me up because it's like I had called my wife today because I went and bought some waders, but it's just like, babe, I'm sorry, I got to buy some waders and
I got to get some decoys. I got to get a boat.
Literally, I was looking at boats earlier today.
He was showing me a boat earlier, and I'm like,
I sent it too.
He's like, I hope Chad buys this.
Low key thinking.
I already got a boat, man.
Well, CRÜZR needs one.
But you don't have a mud motor.
I already got a boat.
You don't have a mud motor that you can jump trees with and go in mud like 2 inches of water.
Got a mud motor on it?
No, I used to have a boat like that, though. Duck hunting boat. It was bad to the bone.
Yeah, what'd you have?
I had a Havoc 16-foot.
Ooh, yeah.
With a 40 horsepower gator tail.
I want a Prodigy.
Prodigy?
You seen that?
Yeah.
Freaking nice.
Yeah.
What's that one you were telling me about? Timber
Creek.
Yeah, those are real nice too.
What is those mud motors you can buy at Harbor Freight you were talking about?
Oh my gosh, that's not a mud motor when you buy it, but
no,
the 212.
You can buy the kits.
How much are the kits?
Swamp Runner.
Like how much total am I gonna have in that motor? Because I found a haul for like $500.
If you just if you get like a 6-horse motor and get that small Swamp Runner kit, you can have right at $1,000 or less.
Yeah, okay. You could buy one off Marketplace, probably put together for $600.
$600
for real?
Yeah.
I mean, it may not last long, but I mean, the motors are cheap to replace.
Yeah, they're like $400.
Yeah, I think so. It depends on what horsepower, but a 6
it's basically just a lawnmower motor.
Oh, for real?
That's all it is.
Yeah.
5-6 horsepower lawnmower motor.
You just put that real long shaft on it with the propeller on the end. It just depends on what size boat.
It makes a good little shallow water swamp boat. But
I had the small Swamp
That's what you had.
kit.
Oh, you had one?
Yeah, with the 212, and I had a stage 1 hop up kit from NR.
Is that just the air intake and
I had the air intake, had the lighter flywheel,
some new plugs,
stiffer valve springs.
Okay.
And messed with the jetting a little bit.
Yeah.
And I put a Robinson Racing torque tube on
What were you getting? What were you getting on it?
Speed wise?
Yeah.
It'd do about 18 with me and my dog.
What size boat was it?
Pretty good.
14 foot.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, dude.
18 miles per hour is...
Dude, I made a muffler I work at a sheet metal shop, so I made a muffler at work and stuffed it full of like HVAC insulation. But before that, I just had the tube on it with straight pipe.
Loud.
Dude, it was loud as balls.
That 40 horse I had, even with the muffler, big one that's stock, that thing, you could hear it for miles.
Oh, yeah, dude. We were hearing those big mud motor boats.
But
that's why I don't want one of those. I got that.
You can get one and quieten it down.
I used mine when I was bow fishing during the summers, and I just got tired of it.
Yeah,
and they're slow.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can get one with like an electric jack plate where you can run skinny water. Like, you know, get one from Cousins Outboards. I know they build like some nice 25, 40 horse.
I've got some videos of some crazy stuff I did in mine.
It's like having a 4-wheeler on the water. It's pretty awesome.
Yep. You're like, Beaver Dam? Okay, hammer down.
I used to have I used to have a buddy, and we used to go ride around. Like, he had a little 13 horse on a 14 foot, and I had that one on mine, and we'd just go ride all the time.
I've thought about getting one like what you had, a lightweight John bait, because I mean, mine was a 40 horse, but it had a boat that weighed 800 pounds. So
that's what I'm saying. And if you're by yourself, you can handle it, no problem.
Or one more person.
Yeah, or one more person.
You beach mine, but mine had a winch on it. So, well, the boat I had before the Havoc had a winch, so we
nice.
we went.
You weren't ever getting stuck.
No, it was something, that's for sure. They're fun.
They're good deer hunting boats too.
Man, when we were on Reelfoot, we were coming out one after hunting, and William had been telling us the whole time about this stump. Like, man,
he pointed it out.
He's like, now there's this one stump out here that if we catch it, it's gonna throw you into the floor. So you better brace yourself and be ready the whole time. Well, what was that, the second or third day?
Second day.
Wasn't thinking about it at all.
Second day, he's like, no, he did. He told us. He said, y'all remember that stump now. We might hit it. By golly, if we didn't hit it, dude, it freaking flew. Dude, it threw me into the floor of that boat. And I almost landed in Wesley's lap. Landed on my knees.
Yeah, dude.
The last time we went bow fishing,
it hurt, man.
Oh, yeah, we did.
In your boat.
Yeah.
About threw us all out.
Dude. Yeah. Was that when it lifted up the front end?
Yes.
Like, I came off the ground.
Where were y'all at? And
Jennings? I left Cordell somewhere. I don't know where.
I can't remember where we were at.
But I know that thing, it was sticking straight up. And we just ran up on top of it.
Of course, it was dark, too.
Yeah.
And when he hit it, like I was like trying to grab a drink or something.
You were not ready, were you?
No, nobody was
ready. I wasn't ready
ready
either, and I was driving from the front.
Like, oh, my gosh.
I've never seen it happen like that. And we just stuck. We couldn't get off of it.
Golly, did you have to get out of the boat?
No, he stood on the back, and I think we had to
Scanned it or something.
Reverse.
No, but
it took a minute.
It took a second, for sure.
It was pretty bad. I'm surprised it didn't dent the bottom real bad.
Yeah, dude.
Golly, dude. That's cool, man. Yeah, it was a good experience, so it was wild. Yeah. I'm excited for all of us to go. Yeah, I'm excited for all of us just to go duck hunting in general.
Yeah, I want to do CRÜZR like retreat thing sort of deal there.
Yeah.
That'd be a real good time.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really
I want to
cool
stay
time.
close to the lake though.
Yeah. Instead of
because we stayed like 35 minutes away in Dyersburg, Tennessee.
Is there any trash fish on Reelfoot?
Oh, dude, buffaloes. Asian carp.
Yeah,
little dual action trip.
Bro, dude, they were jumping all over the place when we were riding out and coming in, and
no sleep
in the mornings and afternoons.
We'll sleep from 12 o'clock
but
around lunch till dark. Go bow fishing.
Apparently, it's like world class crappie fishing too there.
Yep,
I knew there was good crappie fishing there.
Trees.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That live scope, if you got live scope on that lake, they said you'll tear them up.
Golly. Yeah, it's pretty shallow.
Yeah.
I freaking love it.
I've never seen Reelfoot. I've been over in West Tennessee close
to it. It doesn't look like Tennessee, I'll tell you that.
Really?
It's like a daggum cypress swamp in Louisiana or something.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
The water was still a little low, too, so you could see like the roots even more, which was really cool.
Yeah. I went to a WMA near there last year on a duck hunting trip, and it had this weird root system that got growing in the water.
Yep.
Dude, it was interesting though.
Did y'all kill any ducks?
Yeah, we did. It was a draw blind actually, and we only killed like 9 birds, but it was just a weird dry spell over there. There was ducks flying, but we didn't have the blind for that WMA. Yeah. There was one that they go to consistently, and we tried to pull some off, but
tough. When the birds will know where they want to go, it's tough to get them to do.
Evan was he was on the trip too, and he actually shot a banded mallard.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Is that like a rare thing or something?
Yeah. Banded birds are pretty rare. Dude, did you see where that one guy killed
a crane?
The sandhill. It was like 33 years old.
Didn't know that was even a thing.
Yeah, bro. That's crazy.
It was banded?
That's like a dinosaur.
It got banded in 1989.
Dude, I didn't realize it. Terry was telling me
this. Same age as my wife.
But there's like you can get paid like on certain
money bands.
Yeah.
Money bands, yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It's not like it's like $30.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy, but it's still pretty cool.
If you don't turn that in, they'll just dump the money back into the banding program. So
yeah.
I mean, I would just say
I'd rather have the band.
Yeah.
You get to keep the band, don't you? They just pay you to report it or something.
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
Some ducks will have the backpack transmitters on them, like
For real?
GPS trackers. Now those you gotta send those back.
Yeah, you gotta send those
Dude,
back.
They're gonna come find you.
No, but
I killed this duck that's got a GoPro strap to it.
How's that thing flying?
No, but a 33-year-old sandhill crane, dude. It got
was it Pennsylvania? Where
no
it was
banded in Michigan,
Michigan.
1989. It was
That's one
killed in
lucky
Tennessee.
son of a gun.
Dude, how's that thing live for 33 years,
I
man?
said that's
bet
one
you-
lucky son of a gun.
He's
I bet
smart.
you he was hopping on ponds in like really residential areas. Because we had a crane.
Yep. And
We had a crane there's a pond beside my parents' house, and every year in January we would have that crane hit that pond.
He knew it was a safe place.
He was
Yeah.
a local bird, and his buddies are like, "Yeah, man, come on
Come
down
on,
here with
yeah.
us one time." And he gets freaking.
Dude, it's crazy, man.
he never
we have
saw
so
his
much
friends
fun.
again.
No, they say those are really good eating, though.
Those
Ribeye
are
of the sky.
Yeah.
They say
The
filet
best.
The
mignon
best.
The
Have
best.
you eaten one?
Oh,
of the
yeah.
sky,
Yeah.
Like no joke, best bird ever.
fillets of the sky, or something.
Yes.
Ribeye of the sky.
Yes.
Ribeye of the sky.
Dude, I'll say this. I saw this video. This guy killed it was a snow goose, and it was banded, and it was still alive when he had it in his hands. He just went and picked it up. He was showing it to the camera. He's like, "It's banded, it's banded." And he, obviously was still alive. So he like grabbed it by its neck and he started spinning it to kill it. And I was like, "What the heck?"
It's ringing.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, I've
Granny
never
used to
seen
do.
that.
Them chickens, boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
boy.
Dude, I didn't even know that was a thing,
Dude, I
man.
remember being 8 years old, grabbing a chicken up like that, and
Just twirling it like a freaking.
man.
What's cool
What
is
are those
how you do it. It's called
hoses that
ringing
you
its
do
neck.
that with?
what's cool is watching the dogs get the sandhill cranes. They've got to be like a mean dog.
Oh, for
Because
real?
cranes will kill your dog.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. They'll talons on them and they'll kill.
Yeah, they got talons, but also their beaks like this
They'll,
long, dude.
you
and
never seen the,
sharp as a knife.
the goggles that the dogs wear?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
for that.
Oh, I didn't
Poke their
realize
eyes
that. I
out.
thought that was just for when they're running on the motorcycle or something. I didn't realize that.
On the front of the boat when it's raining or
No,
something.
Yeah.
it's for them cranes.
Yeah,
Dude,
dude.
that's wild. All right, well, I want to get in this too. I want to start trapping pigs.
Yeah. Well, don't look at me because I don't know. Nothing
Do you
about
want some
trapping.
bacon or something?
Dude, so
Where
I've
you
got
gonna
a
trap
permission
pigs at?
property. I got a permission property from Terry. It's 150 acres. We went out there earlier this year, and there was a little pond, but now it is just filled with mud.
Well,
And all of the trees in the area, like up to our waist,
Muddy up to your
were
waist, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how my lease was for a while, and then they came in and started trapping because the farmer, it was a commercial farm, like the landowner had the land leased out to commercial farm. We had the lease on the hunting rights, but the commercial farmer was getting just like raped by the pigs.
they will destroy your land.
in like one night.
Yeah.
They couldn't even plant corn up there because of all the pigs. But they started trapping them at night, and dude, they like eradicated the herd of pigs up there.
Try the trapping, but if it doesn't work, there's always another option.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Good old thermals. But dude, I'm like
That's
I'm
illegal.
I don't
I
think
know
that's
it is.
legal.
yeah.
But
But,
you can use your thermal during the day, though.
I don't know
Yeah.
why that is though.
I think you can get a permit. Maybe I know in other states
You can. I think you can in Tennessee, but still, it should just be legal. Period for coyotes
For-
and
Yeah,
Any
Pigs.
pigs.
Yeah. Any like year round game.
Problem is keeping everyone honest.
you open that up, then they're gonna be like, "Oh, look, there's a big buck."
Look at that gigantic buck. Let me
I
get him
shoot
with my
at that
thermal.
pig and hit this deer.
Oops, I
You
shot
ever
a
seen that
cow.
video? The guy's like, I laid this corn out. I laid this corn out for them squirrels, and if I see deer on it, they're dead.
Yeah.
It's like what the
Messing with my
heck?
squirrel
Yeah.
corn.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. Just put you a sign in the middle of your corn pile. No deer allowed. All deer will be shot.
Yeah. This corn's for squirrels.
It's squirrel corn.
Move the deer crossing sign over 50 yards. Tell them
Yeah.
to cross over there.
Yeah.
That's funny, dude. But yeah, I'm wanting to hunt deer there, but I honestly just don't think that anything's in the area right now because of the amount of hogs that are there.
Just go hunt it, and if hogs show up,
I mean, yeah, but I really want to
So
trap
you
them
could
all.
bait hogs.
Yeah, I
in
know I can
Tennessee.
bait them.
So just start throwing out corn and I mean
if
the
you're not
thing-
going to deer hunt it, obviously,
Yeah, you can't deer hunt it obviously,
that'd
but
be a little- you don't want to do that.
It's hog corn.
we put Kool-Aid on
that's
it.
hog
deer
corn.
corn.
That's not deer corn.
We put Kool-Aid on it. It's for the hogs.
Yeah. No, just gonna make you up like some mash, let that stuff start
Yeah.
ferment and throw it out.
Yeah.
And just do it. You got to do it consistently for like a week or two.
Yeah, and then
And
go.
then when you throw it out, Go sit over
on it. Or put a 5-gallon bucket of tanner out in the
take-
middle of it.
Ooh, now you're talking.
But take an AR and be ready to pop, 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 pop. You know?
Yeah. I need to do something. One, I got to fill a freezer, but two, I really want to cook a whole pig.
It's good, man.
I really want to
We
do
did that
it.
for Christmas
CRÜZR
one
cookout?
time.
Dude, I found
Not a wild pig, though. You just probably ate
Yeah, it was a
domesticated.
domesticated pig, but still dug a big hole with a freaking backhoe.
Put it in the ground.
Put it in the ground, let it cook all night.
dude, I watched this video online. This guy took some cinder blocks and literally just like built a little like brick box and then took 2 pieces of
tin.
like metal wire or something and then just put the pig in between them and then anytime he'd have to flip it, he just
we
flip
rolled
it.
this thing in wet burlap and wrapped it in like woven wire fence and set her in the ground and buried her. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah. They shoved like deer shoulders and stuff in it too. That ended up being a bad
Oh, for real?
move because it just couldn't cook.
Uh,
So we ended up taking them out to finish it, but it was still good.
dang. What's the update on your season, man?
I haven't hunted probably about a month. You know?
I mean, I'm pretty much in the same boat,
yeah. I mean, I'm
except for Doug.
I'm getting ready for a baby, so
Yeah. Congratulations, by the way.
thank you.
Yeah, congrats.
So that's kind of been my focus right now.
Yeah.
But the last place you hunted, you and I went to, and then you said you just got some good intel on it.
Yeah. So
Some giants up there, right?
yeah, there's some good deer wandering around there. I might try to hit it up maybe the last week or week before the last week.
Mm-hmm. Who knows?
We're going to do some work up there on that property, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sounds like you need to.
Yeah. It's not far from where I killed that good deer. So
Oh, for real?
yeah.
Putnam County record.
Yeah. So, I mean, Chad knows there's the caliber deer down there are just,
It's crazy, man. I
They're
don't
good.
understand it. I guess there's a mineral in the water that just makes them like
cracked out.
blow up.
That
Oh, they just blood are big.
that whole valley down through there. is
Their
just-
antlers are big.
They're just good deer. There's some
I've
good genes in
I've
there.
seen some giants out there. Biggest deer I've ever seen on the hoof was out in that area.
Gosh.
Across, well, the interstate runs right through this area, and across the interstate from where he killed his deer,
Both sides, man.
I saw the biggest deer I've ever seen in my life, dude. Like,
Wow.
probably like a 170.
And I'm not talking like,
Golly.
I'm talking they're tall, they're wide, they're heavy.
Yeah,
Like they got it all. They're good.
yeah,
Dang.
dude.
They're eating good.
Well, a week before last, there was a good one that we had on. I had it on camera, and 2 other people had it on camera. Got hit on the interstate. Yeah.
Dang.
Yep.
Earlier
the guy
this
that
year-
hit it was actually going to hunt it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dang.
And I graduated high school with him.
Yeah.
I mean, what are the odds of that? I got a text message while I was sitting in church. Like, hey, your Big 10 just got hit. I'm like, oh, you serious?
Gosh.
He's like, yeah. The bad thing is he killed it with his truck. I'm like, oh my gosh.
yeah.
Golly,
Then he
dude.
sent me the picture, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so and so. Graduated with him.
Yeah.
I think it'd be hilarious to like kill a big buck with my truck. You know how everybody puts their gear in front of their deer? But instead of putting my gear, I just put my truck.
just put him right on top of the freaking
Put them on
cab.
the hood,
on the
baby.
hood.
Yeah, I was thinking about like putting them on the back side of the right tire, so it still looks like the truck's part of the gear, you know. But it's all just like broken to pieces. Totally,
Wow.
it's completely total.
I talked to another guy on lunch one day this week that knows him really good that went and saw the deer.
Yeah.
He was actually one of the guys that had him on camera, and he went and actually got a hold of him, and he was like, I was like, dude, is he going to mount this thing? And he was like, I don't know. He's kind of hesitant because he killed him with his truck. And I'm like,
Mount it.
I wouldn't give
You
a
still
crap.
killed him.
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
mean,
say, he
killed
still
it, man.
killed it, man. I'd kill
Yeah.
it. I'd
Fill
mount
that
it.
tag.
Still
Dude.
burning a tag on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still got to get a
I'd
salvage tag or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I'd mount the crap out of him.
yeah, bro, he was a
Good deer.
deer. Stud.
Young deer, too. I don't think he was that old.
I don't think he was that old either, man.
Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe 4.
Maybe.
That was the next state record in the making.
He could have been. I mean, he had
If he
the
would've-
frame. He had
if
the
he would've-
framework.
Yeah,
How old do you think he was?
I think 4.5.
Oh. Well,
Four.
Okay.
But I
Maybe
mean,
one more
in
year.
The velvet, he looked like a
freaking giant.
Lost
freak,
a lot of
yeah.
mass.
Yeah, they all look big in velvet. I feel like.
they all look big in velvet.
Heavy wise, mass wise. But if he'd had the mass, hard horned as he had in velvet, oh my gosh.
Yeah, he'd have been this new
He'd have
record.
been a freaking tank, dude.
New Putnam County record.
He was a good deer anyways, but he'd have been a freaking toad.
Yeah, dude.
But it destroyed his
they're all.
truck.
I mean, they're all big deer down there. Like you had, dude. You had like three
the
or
county
four.
record come out of there.
I mean, that's pretty big deer.
He had like 3 or 4 on camera with this deer that were like all just studs.
yeah,
Bachelor group.
The bachelor group,
2 or
man.
3 different bachelor groups, and they were all freaking good caliber deer,
All 130 plus.
ranging from probably
130 all the way
3
up to
years
like
old to possibly 5,
5-year-old,
6
maybe.
years old, maybe.
Good genetics.
But
Very good
but that
genetics.
one, not notch, but what was the other one? The big
It's like a big 10, big heavy 10.
big heavy wide 10.
Good deer, man.
Dude, he probably got 160 plus easy.
Yeah, because he's wide and tall and heavy.
Yeah,
Big old dark chocolate. Chocolate like your vest, man. Beautiful deer.
beautiful deer. Yep.
Wow.
So the longer they don't get killed, the longer they spread them genes. So
Yeah, spread them.
rest easy in that.
Yeah. If
'Cause,
you ain't gonna kill him, there at
Just
least
got to
give
score
some
more
kids.
land down there, man.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's the tough part.
Hunting's a ton of luck, man. I don't care. You can do stuff to increase your chances, no doubt, but if you ain't there at that specific, literally,
It's about time in the seat, man. Like being out there.
it's seat time and I don't know,
Right spot at the right time.
Yeah.
literally.
Luck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
What about you, Chandler? No, you got
I scored
city
some,
deer you're chasing.
Yeah, nothing
Killed
big.
a couple does, but
Some doe, yeah, but that's about it. There's a buck in there that's showed up one time the first day the camera
he's a
was
pretty
out.
good one though.
Yeah, he's probably.
I think he saw the camera though, didn't he?
Yeah, he's not
Man,
back since.
dude. Yeah, he saw it.
He probably saw me.
You need to.
and was curious.
Yeah, maybe.
Leaving, but yeah, it's been just meat deer so far. Nothing giant.
Yeah, my big deer.
Freezer queens.
My big deer I've been chasing for 2 years. Like I got that one picture of him. Terry said he saw him a week and a half, 2 weeks ago on the hoof.
So he's
one
just
morning.
not using that property
He's
anymore.
just not coming to where I hunt. So I think I kind of blew it. Maybe
I don't know.
put a little
back
too much
out
pressure.
of there. Back out. And
I
see if it comes back.
haven't hunted it, and I put several cameras up and haven't gotten a picture of him. I just don't think he's using it anymore,
Time to start door knocking.
dude. And it's weird because I haven't seen near the amount of does that I've seen on that property.
Really?
But they built houses like across the street from this property, and I think it's really kind of
cut 'em off
It
or
kind of
something?
ruined it. Yeah, it's cut off their travel corridor because they were traveling through those fields. Because there's like a block of timber where I hunt, a road, another block of timber, and then the other side of the property I hunt, which is block of timber, a road, and then there was a field that led to another block of timber.
Yeah.
Well, the field they were turning into a subdivision.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
Definitely did not help.
the field to the other block of timber is also where I'm also got it leads to where I got the picture of him this year.
Okay.
So I really think where they're building those houses is kind of screwed it up.
Well, your does might have came to where I'm hunting because there is plenty. Where I don't think that's
The problem is there's no bucks.
Yeah, I got there late.
Yeah.
On permission, but I think there was some bucks in there. I missed them. The
You seen
scrapes,
sign and scrapes
and rub. That thing is tore
tore
up.
Yeah.
With good 8-inch in diameter trees.
Oh, there's some big bucks running
that are-
around there then.
chest high.
I'm surprised you got permission at that spot. I know where it's at, and it's like I've always wanted to knock and talk to those people, but
there's plenty of people that have
Done it.
decided just to use it though. That live around
is
it
there?
because they're just. I'll be putting my stuff on the tree, and I look up, and there's like a lady with 2 dogs and her kids walking through the woods, and I don't move because it's not that I have right to be there, but I don't want them to see me and be like, oh my goodness.
Throw a fit and like.
I mean, I'm 150 yards from the closest house.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm totally legal.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Safe.
It's private land.
Yeah. But it's like, if they knew that people were hunting, they would probably lose their crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not. But
No, it's best not to like.
I don't want to make
cause a
anybody,
scene or
push any buttons or anything.
Yeah.
Or make, that could ruin permission really if
Exactly.
they start complaining.
Yeah, exactly.
But twice, I've had people like
walk in on you.
Just walking around and
It's fun.
They don't see me, but I'm like standing right there.
It's funny. The property in the neighborhood that I hunt, I've had the same issue happen.
Really?
I had a decoy out one day, and some lady's like talking on her
taking
phone
pictures
on speakerphone. No, she's walking down because there's a gravel road that like splits the property in half. Yeah. She's walking down, and she has every right to because the landowner doesn't care. He
told them they could.
Yeah, he told them they could, but he also gives me permission to deer hunt it. But I had a decoy out, and she comes like up and kind of around this curve and sees my decoy and like gets
like, oh my goodness!
No, she gets startled and like stops and is like looking and like double taking and doing.
Did you get it on film?
I did. Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
I did,
we gotta see this.
And then she just like slowly walks past it, and it was the funniest.
It's like that doe that thinks there's something not right, just stomping and doing.
Yeah, it was really funny, dude. Yeah, I tried to wave at her, but she didn't even look in the tree. Well,
they don't. They've probably walked there, 20 times, and
she didn't know. She didn't know what to think. She didn't know what to think.
Because a lot of people don't think you can hunt in the city.
She came right through during prime time too.
Yeah, that's when it is.
That's when it always happens.
Yeah.
It was at like 4 o'clock, 4:15, and I'm like,
"Gosh, hurry up, woman!"
Yeah.
But I was like, at that moment, seeing all those people, I'm like, well, I don't have to worry about my scent. I mean, these deer are used to it.
Oh, they're used to it.
Yeah,
for sure.
People are in there all the time. There's like 4-wheeler trails and whatever.
Yep.
Just walk in there in your blue jeans and your bright pink shirt.
Yeah, don't matter, bro.
Probably be better off.
Yeah. They'll be like, huh? Oh, okay, all right.
Deer's thinking, there ain't no way this dude's
spray some cologne on you, man.
Yeah, cologne, whatever.
You go in there scentless, and they're gonna be like,
something ain't
something
right.
seems a little off.
This dude's wearing camo.
Yeah.
I haven't worn camo one time to that spot.
Have you not? Yeah.
I mean,
what's
mostly,
the point?
too, is like when I walk out, I don't want to be like, obviously
in camo. Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh.
Well, you're obviously carrying a bow, so.
Yeah, but you got to gap the cars just right and the wooden truck. Yeah, but I'm sure everybody knows what's going on.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys have plans on hunting on Christmas, or what's that looking like?
No.
Christmas on a Sunday this year, man.
Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. Well, we don't have church on Sunday.
I'll probably hunt Christmas Eve morning, maybe not though. Actually, I think we do stuff.
It's gonna be real cold.
Weatherman's talking about a white Christmas, possibly.
Yeah,
I'd love that. We haven't had one in a couple of years.
We had one 2 years ago.
Best time to get out and scout, dude.
Yeah, because I stayed at my in-laws. I remember it vividly.
Yeah.
Sure thing. I didn't realize that.
That's the best time to get out and scout when there's snow on the ground, dude.
Oh yeah,
you can
learn
a lot about a hunting property.
Dude, I was hunting a property last year. And I think I showed you this video. I've got it on my phone. I'll have to show you. There's literally probably like half a foot circle in diameter or whatever. Tiniest little gap, but it was when I went hunting during the snow. Any time of the year, I would have never been able to tell that deer were walking up back there. Mm. But just that one time of the year, I literally like 5 or 6 does just walked in a line. But just because of the snow, I could see them. Any other time, I would have never been able to.
The snow, it's real easy to see them.
It was wild. It was pretty cool.
Just pretty outside too.
Oh yeah,
dude.
I love snow.
I love it too.
Yeah,
love
getting up in a tree.
I wouldn't say I love it unless I got a snowboard strapped to my foot. But
I've never been snowboarding. I can
wakeboard. What else
wakeboard.
we gotta do?
Same thing.
Oh, I can wakeboard.
Nah, they say snowboard's a lot slicker.
It's different. It's different.
You got a little drag with the wakeboard.
Yeah, at least with the wakeboard, you do got like you said, you got like a fin back there to kind of keep you somewhat.
Dude, I lived
tracking.
I lived 62 miles from Mount Shasta in California. I lived in Oregon, but in 2010 and 11, and dude, I snowboarded every weekend.
I've never done snowboarding.
Every
but
weekend.
I've skied.
Dude, it's awesome.
We're going skiing in West Virginia right after Christmas.
Skiing.
Nice.
Where are you guys going?
We're going to
Snowshoe?
Winter Place. We went snowshoe last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of snowboarders
Snowshoes
there.
pretty nice.
Snowshoe?
Yeah.
West Virginia?
Yep.
It's not Western snowboarding, but
No, we're actually going to Montana in March. So
That'd be cool.
We're going to do some more skiing out there.
yeah, I'm supposed to go to Denver next year.
Montana?
Joe Montana.
Yep.
Going out there to Yellowstone, huh? Or is that Wyoming?
No.
Montana.
It is.
Big Sky.
Chief Joseph
Big Sky
Ranch.
State.
I think that's what it's called for real.
The ranch in real life.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Montana before. Where'd I go? Missoula.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Missoula. I knew some guys when I lived in Oregon. We drove over there. My friends that I made in Oregon knew some people that went to Missoula.
Before I got married, dude.
It was an awesome time.
Before I got real serious with my wife. I come this close to moving to Montana.
Did you?
Just on a whim,
Just to be a
dude.
cowboy.
I'm excited
Yeah.
to go.
For real.
Dude, I have a friend here in town that did that. Hated it. Absolutely. He was out there for 6 months and moved back.
What did he go out there and do?
Literally to be a cowboy. So he worked on a farm. And
A
rode-
ranch?
Yeah, like a full ranch.
They don't have farms out there. They got ranches. bro.
Yeah, my bad.
Get it right.
My bad.
So,
got
what do you? Hold on now. I mean, what do you think? Did he not like the work, or did he not like?
Literally for, I've known him for like 2 years now.
It's hard work.
And for a year and a half, like all he talked about was, I want to move to Montana and literally
on a
be a
ranch.
cowboy. And I was like, do it. And he's like, all right, I'm going to do it. So he got in his truck, moved out there, came back in 6 months and said that was the worst experience of his entire life.
Well,
You got to
just
really
couldn't hack
love
it.
it.
everybody ain't cut out to be a dang cowboy.
You got to love it.
I don't know,
You
man.
can't
The,
just
the
want
work
it.
he was telling me that they were getting him to do for the pay he was getting, he said it was terrible.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever you're getting paid, I
It's
mean,
for the love of the game, man.
Yeah,
whatever
he's-
you're
not
getting
for the money.
paid. I mean, what's there to do out there, anyways?
Literally, he said he
Unless you
would
go
be
to like Jackson Hole or something.
I don't know exactly where he was at, but he literally told me he's like his job was to clean up crap and herd them in, and that's all he did. But even though that was all he did, he was doing that for 12 hours
Well,
a day,
I
every day
mean,
of the week.
The new guy's always going to get crappy jobs.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
even
And
then,
he
said
was
it was
tenured
terrible.
for 6 months, so he probably. I mean, it take a little while to move up the ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
You probably got some old cowboys that have
Got some old
been there
heads
for
making the rules.
Yep.
Some reps.
I don't know.
Lloyd.
Sounded
and Rip.
miserable to me. I mean, I wouldn't care to ride out on a horse and herd up some cows or something. That
I
sounds pretty
guarantee
cool.
you we'd
but-
lose some weight.
I'd love to see that.
You know, I will say this: he
Not to
left
lose
pretty
weight,
heavy
but-
and came back looking pretty good. So
Probably you don't have time to eat. I mean, if you're
yeah,
working all day and
Yeah.
sweating,
Beanie weenies.
yeah,
I don't like
Beanie
I
weenies.
don't like riding horses, man.
don't like
I've
it.
done it once and it was the most terrifying thing in my life. I ain't
Dude,
gonna lie.
Really?
Horses.
I rode-
I rode horses a lot when I was a kid. My uncle
A
had
horse
a bunch
is
of
probably one of my favorite animals.
Yeah.
them. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, but like
They're
at the end of the
beautiful.
day, bro, you were like walking bow-legged. You're hurting. You hurting.
Yeah, there's an art. There's a way.
There's a way to do it, but
There's an art to riding horses. I'm not saying I
it
know.
don't matter. You're still gonna be sore.
No, I'm sure it's like anything else. You got to get
You do it enough.
acclimated to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if I got into horses, that it would either be like racing or polo.
Oh,
Racing,
Bro.
bro. You better break out.
you already know about the
yeah,
race.
I already know about it.
You can't do duck hunting and horse racing.
CRÜZR's
Yeah.
going to own a racehorse before it's over. I got a feeling. Or a dog won.
Hey, I went to
Or
I
a
went-
fighting cock.
Ooh, now
I
we're
went
talking.
to a race. I went to a race up in Kentucky. It wasn't. It was King. What's it called? Keeneland.
Keeneland.
I went to Keeneland one time.
I mean, the
It's my
key.
only horse experience. Only
mean,
horse race experience.
That's the creme de
I
la
went
creme.
there back in the day. Got really drunk. Bet $5 on one race. Actually, no, I bet a little more, but I bet $5 on
What was
one
the odds?
horse.
Do you remember?
I don't know. Ended up walking away with like over $500.
What in the
Yeah.
world?
Who wouldn't like it?
yeah. So that was my only time.
Must have been a pretty big long shot, bro.
It was a long shot.
Wow.
I only bet on it because of its name, and I don't even remember the name of it. But it ended up winning. Yeah,
He
it was like a
sounds
big time long shot. I think the one that was favored to win it may have fallen and gotten hurt or something, or the jockey fell off or something. I can't remember. And then my horse came up and just smoked them all. And
like one of my dream things is to go to the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
Be so much fun.
Get dressed up in all them fancy clothes.
I don't care nothing about getting dressed up. I just want to see them running.
Dude, you need to just show up wearing some blue jeans, CRÜZR hat, CRÜZR
y'all
t-shirt.
heard y'all racing horses.
They stick out like a sore thumb.
I
mean, I'm talking like everybody's
formal,
dressed
for
to
sure.
the nines. Yeah. I think I wore a suit or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to rent one
was
from
a
Goodies or something.
So I was a punk in my 20s, early 20s.
I'd have to even see if like my wedding,
Your tuxedo would fit.
yeah, would still even fit. That's funny. Well, cool guys. Well, it's about that time. So appreciate you, Hunter, for coming on. Chandler, thank you for joining us. Chad, it's a pleasure as always, man.
Thanks, man.
Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.